guys! Welcome to the second video on the GoPro Nihongo YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be talking about mainly 4 different topics for you to create new words using the hiragana as well as the katakana alphabets that I talked about in the first video. So after you watch this video, you'll be able to create so many new words and I'm really excited to introduce them to you. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright guys, では今日のテーマについて話したいと思います。So we're going to be doing these 4 themes today, ducting and handucting as promised in my first video. These will change the sounds of some of the letters that I'll be introducing to you. And after you've learned about handucting and ducting, you'll be able to write so many new words. So I'm really excited for that. And then the dash mark, it's used for elongating words that are written in katakana only. And then we also have how to write words when repeating the same sounds. So I'm really excited to introduce you guys to these 4 new themes today. After you've completed and mastered these 4 themes, you'll be able to write so many new words in Japanese. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright guys, let's get into our first topic, ducting. So ducting looks like a double quote mark. And on the top you can find the hiragana alphabet and on the bottom the katakana alphabet. So we only use ducting in the ka section, sa section, ta and ha section. So ka ki ku ke ko it changes to ga gi gu ge go. Sa shi su se so changes to za ji zu ze zo. It's not sa zi zu ze zo, it's sa It's really difficult to pronounce. It's like a tongue twister. And then ta chi tsu te to, it changes to da ji zu de do. It's not da di du de do, it's da ji zu de do. And ha hi fu he ho changes to ba bi bu be bo. So these are the only letters that you can use the ducting on, and it's the same in both hiragana and katakana. So it's quite simple to understand. If you just change, if you want to change the sounds of ka and ki or shi or chi or ha, you can just add a ducting and it'll just change the sounds of those letters. For example, if you want to write yagi in Japanese, I have my own shown the sheep right here. So if you want to say sheep in Japanese, that will be yagi. And you can just write ya in hiragana and then write ki and add ducting to make the gi sound. So that is how you create words that are not on the alphabet. You can literally just add 2 marks that looks like the double quote mark and then it'll change the sound of a letter. There's also another mark that is used to change the sound of a letter, and it's called handucting. Handucting, it looks like a circle or a small 0, and it can be only used in the ha section. So ha, hi, fu, he, ho changes to pa, pi, pu, he, po. For example, when you want to say papa, you can just write ha and ha in hiragana and then add the handucting on top. And when you want to say pencil in Japanese, for example, it's enpitsu. So you can just write en using the hiragana alphabet and write hi, and on top of it you can write the handucting to make it pi and then write tsu. Next we have 2 katakana word examples in the right side. Pizza is pizza. So you can write hi and then put the handucting on top to make it pi, and you might notice that there is the ducting on the sa letter to make it za. And last but not least, we have pudding. Pudding is pudding in Japanese, so you can just write the letter fu to make letter fu and add the handucting to make it pu, and write ring, so it's pudding. So those are some of the examples that you use the handucting on, and remember, it's only used in the ha section. Ha, hi, fu, he, ho changes to pa, pi, pu, pe, po. Okay guys, next we have the dash mark. So the dash mark is used to elongate vowel sounds when writing katakana words only. For example, when you want to say Burger King, they say Baga King here. So when you want to elongate that ba sound and ga sound, you just add the dash mark next to that letter and then it emphasizes that you have to drag it a little bit extra. So it's not Baga King, it's Baga King. And ramen here, it's ramen, right? It's not ramen. So because it's ramen and you want to drag that ra sound a little bit extra, you just add the dash mark next to ra. So Uber Eats, so this is actually a really good example. We say Uber Eats, right? But they say Uber Eats. So you just drag the U sound, the ba sound, and the E sound, and then you pronounce it as Uber Eats. And notebook is translated to noto here in Japanese. They just say noto. So it's not noto, right? You want to drag that letter no a little bit extra. So that would be noto. So you just add the dash mark that elongates vowel sounds only when writing katakana words. Remember? So we learned that the dash mark is used to elongate words that are written in katakana. But what can you do to drag the words that are written in hiragana? You just basically add the vowel letter next to the letter that is needed to be dragged. For example, when you say mother in Japanese, it would be okasan. And you might have noticed that I dragged that ka sound a little bit extra, so you can't use the dash mark in hiragana. You just add that vowel letter next to ka, and that would indicate that that specific letter is being dragged a little bit extra. And another example would be brother. In Japanese, it would translate to oni-san. You might have noticed I dragged that ni sound a little bit extra, right? So you just add the e vowel next to ni, and that means you're dragging it. So this is how you can elongate words that are written in hiragana. Alright guys, next we're going to move on to our last topic of the day, topic number 4, how to write words when repeating the same sound. So you might remember the letter tsu from hiragana and katakana. That same letter is used when writing words that are being repeated twice, but it should be written smaller than the rest of the letters. For example, when you want to say surprise in Japanese, it's bikkuri. And you might have noticed that the ku sound is being repeated. It's not bikkuri, it's bikkuri. So what you can do is add a little small tsu. We say chisai tsu in Japanese, and that would indicate that that specific letter is being repeated twice. And another example in katakana is Starbucks, my favorite coffee shop. And the way that they say Starbucks in Japanese is Starbucks. And you might have noticed again that the ku sound is being repeated. So when you want that specific letter to be repeated twice, you just add a little tsu in front of the letter, and then it indicates that that specific letter is being repeated. Alright guys, that is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm pretty sure now you're able to create so many new words using hiragana and katakana. Also stay tuned for my third video, which will probably be about kanji or maybe a new podcast using Japanese. We'll see. Anyways, see you next time!